So for this problem, since the equation, okay. So for this problem, which the equation is x plus 2 divided by 3 equals 9. So to get x plus 2 by itself, we need to multiply 3 by itself. So 3 times 3 cancel each other. So now we do the same thing on the other side, which 9 times 3 equals 27. So now we know x plus 2 equals 27. And then to get x by itself, we subtract 2 from plus 2 to get x by itself. So um, since the two symbols cancel each other, now we're just left with x. So now we do the same thing on the other side, 27 minus 2, which equals 25. So x equals to 25. 25 plus 2 divided by 3 equals 9. So for this problem, which the equation is x plus 5 divided by 4 equals 2. So for this problem, since we want x plus 5 by itself, we want to take the 4 away, so we multiply 4 by itself, which they cancel each other, and what we do on one side, we do on the other side. So on the other side, we do 2 times 4, which is 8. So now we know that x plus 5 equals 8, but we want x by itself. So the opposite of adding is subtracting, so we do plus 5 minus 5, which the two symbols cancel each other out. So we do the same thing on the other side, which 8 minus 5 equals 3. So now we know that x equals 3 because 3 plus 5 divided by 4 equals 2. So for this problem, which the equation is x minus 3 divided by negative 4 equals 9. So for this problem, since we want x minus 3 by itself, we multiply negative 4 by itself. So negative 4 times negative 4 cancel each other. So now we do the same thing on the other side, which 9 times negative 4 is negative 36. So now we know that x minus 3 equals negative 36. And since we want the x by itself, the opposite of subtracting is adding. So we do minus 3 plus 3, which the two symbols cancel each other out. So now we do it on the other side. Negative 36 plus 3 equals negative 33. So now we know that x equals negative 33 because negative 33 minus 3 divided by negative 4 equals 9. For this problem, which the equation is x minus 10 divided by negative 6 equals 2. So since we want x minus 10 by itself, we multiply negative 6 times itself, and they cancel each other out. So now we do it on the other side, which 2 times negative 6 equals negative 12. So now we know that x minus 10 equals negative 12. So since we want the x by itself, we do the opposite of subtracting is adding. So negative 10 plus 10, the symbols cancel each other out. So now we do it on the other side. Negative 10 plus 10 equals negative 2. So now we know that x equals negative 2 because negative 2 minus 10 divided by negative 6 equals 2. Equals negative 2. So for this problem, which the equation is negative 8 plus x divided by 2 equals negative 11, since we want the negative 8 plus x by itself, we have to get rid of the 2, so we multiply 2 by itself, which the numbers cancel each other out. So now we do it on the other side, which is negative 11 times 2 is negative 22. So now we know that negative 8 plus x equals negative 22, but to get x by itself, the opposite of subtracting is adding, so we do minus 8 plus 8, which the two symbols cancel each other out. And now we do it on the other side, which negative 22 plus 8 equals negative 14. So x is equal to negative 14 because negative 8 plus negative 14 divided by 2 equals negative 11. So for this problem, which the equation is negative 10 plus x divided by 4 equals negative 15. So since we want the negative 10 plus x by itself, we have to get rid of the 4. So we multiply 4 by itself, which the two numbers cancel each other out. So now we do it on the other side, negative 15 times 4, which equals negative 60. So now we know that negative 10 plus x equals negative 60. But since we want to get the x by itself, we have to get rid of negative 10. So the opposite of subtracting is adding. So we do minus 10 plus 10, which the two symbols cancel each other out. So now we do it on the other side, which is negative 60 plus 10, which that equals negative 50. So now we know that x is equal to negative 50 because negative 10 plus negative 50 divided by 4 equals negative 15. For this problem, which the equation is negative 14 minus x divided by 6 equals negative 3. Since we want the negative 14 minus x by itself, we have to get rid of the 6. So we multiply 6 by itself, which the two numbers cancel each other out. And what we do on one side, we do on the other side. So now we do negative 3 times 6 equals negative 18. So now we know that negative 14 minus x equals negative 18. But since we want the x by itself, then we have to get rid of negative 14. So the opposite of subtracting is adding. So negative 14 plus 14, the two symbols cancel each other out. So now we do it on the other side. Negative 18 plus 14 is negative 4. So now we know that negative x equals to negative 4. But since we want the x by itself, we have to divide it by negative 1. So negative x divided by negative 1 equals to negative 4 divided by negative 1. So x is equal to negative 4. So for this problem, since the equation is negative 25 minus x divided by 8 equals negative 5, since we want to get rid of the 8, we have to multiply it by itself. So 8 times 8 cancels each other out. So now we do it on the other side. Negative 5 times 8 is equal to negative 40. So now we know that negative 25 minus x is equal to negative 40. And since we want the x by itself, we do negative 25 plus 25 because the opposite of subtracting is adding. But the two symbols cancel each other out, so we do it on the other side. Negative 40 plus 25 is equal to negative 15. But since we have negative x, we want to get positive x, because right now we know that negative x is equal to negative 15. So we have to divide it by negative 1. So negative x divided by negative 1 is equal to x, and negative 15 divided by negative 1 is equal to 15. So x is equal to 15.